Hello and welcome back to Orwell. So, after the events of last episode where Nina Matanova was killed, we now know that Abraham Goldfels did plan the bombings. Different from what I expected, so we gotta really check on what he's doing now. But first, information on Nina Matanova. Bonn Police Database. Matanova Nina. Arrest date April 15th, 2017. Charge multiple homicide. Arresting officer redacted. Holding facility redacted. When prompted to surrender, the suspect instead shot out aggressively while producing a firearm, aiming at one of the executing special agents. The suspect then opened fire, wounding a special agent on the left shoulder. In defense, special agent redacted drew his pistol and returned fire, as the situation briefing had already suggested to proceed with extreme caution. The suspect was hit in the chest twice, causing a collapse. An ambulance was called, but the paramedics were unable to resuscitate the target. Time of death was announced at the scene. So, headlines, what do we have? Alleged perpetrator of Bonton bombings dead. Investigative success in Bonton bombing case. Oh. Listen, I don't like the reports either. We need to cover the fact this happened somewhere in the public. We cannot frighten people. Sometimes the truth and ours have to divert for the common good. So investigative success in Bonton bombing case. Alleged perpetrator killed in her apartment. Explosive devices discovered. De La Croix shows relief. Nina M., alleged perpetrator of the Bonton bombings, was dishonorably discharged in 2011. From the Bonton Police Department. Bonton, the perpetrator of the recent attacks across Bonton, is dead. A special forces team stormed the flat of Nina Matanova yesterday evening after evidence suggested that she was the lead suspect in the case. When confronted by special forces, Nina M. drew a firearm and fired at police. The team returned fire, killing the suspect in the process. Upon searching the apartment of the deceased, special forces covered nearly half a dozen additional homemade explosive devices, which Nina had created with easily accessible chemicals, hardware, and military equipment. Investigative forces have indicated that the military-grade equipment belonged to Nina M. during her military service, which she was allowed to keep when she was dishonorably discharged in 2011. Whether this might pose a motive for Nina M. to commit the assault is only speculative at the time. Upon receiving the news, Secretary of Security Catherine de la Croix showed relief. Our endeavor to find this evil individual has finally been crowned with success. I've never had any doubts about the capability of our investigative methods. This concludes a dark chapter in the history of Bonton and of all the nation, De La Croix stated. Okay. Headlines, anything else? Heavy rainstorm ravages Bonton and Farview. Strong squalls of low Matilda uproots trees, damages cars and buildings in Bonton Farview area. 4 people get injured, firefighters called more than 300 times. On Wind Street in Farview, multiple cars were buried under trees. Bonton Farview. Forecast had predicted bad weather for Saturday, but no one had been expecting heroin results of this magnitude. Trees were uprooted in the Bonton Farview area, obstructing streets and burying cars underneath them. Trees by cars, right? Luckily, there have been no casualties reported, with only 4 people being injured. In contrast to that, the material damage is expected to reach into the millions. Firefighters in the area were called to more than 300 operations and temporarily had a hard time to respond. Meteorologists have confirmed the storm caused by low Matilda is among the 10 worst rainstorms in history of Bonn and Farview since the very beginning of weather recordings. Exclusive interview with gym founder Ronson. Our very own Jeffrey Paxton got the exclusive chance to interview gym founder Tyler Ronson after he opened his 100th fitness studio. Our very own Tyler Ronson flew all the way to Dewhurst for the grand opening of his newest studio, Image Gym. Your startup just opened the 100th gym in the nation. How does it make you feel? Good. The Projection magazine reported you actually went to the grand opening in person to test out all the equipment. Let me emphasize this, every single piece by yourself before you give them the green light, is that accurate? Of course, I do it in every gym studio I've opened. Really? You must be kidding me for sure. I do not kid. So I understand, you come from a pretty poor background. Your family had 6 children to feed, and your father was unable to find work for a large amount of your childhood. How did you overcome these obstacles to become a nationwide respected entrepreneur? My father always told my brothers and me, boys, there is not a problem you cannot solve. Go out to face whatever hinders you and punch it in the face as hard as you can. So I did exactly that. An interesting metaphor. It's not a metaphor. What do you mean by that? I went out to the bank of my parents. They were highly indebted to this bank. I went straight to the manager and punched him in the face as hard as I could. I have to admit I am, well, surprised to say the least. What effect did that have? Well, at first he went down pretty hard. Hit his head on the glass table. But when we had recovered, he was impressed with my strength and my boldness. He suggested an investment model for a gym chain. Then he came up with the name Gym. Okay. So what does Gym stand for anyway? I think you never told anyone. Will you tell our readers? It stands for Gym. It's all capitals because I thought it would look like it had more energy that way. Yeah, a very simple-minded person, but a hard worker apparently. Honestly, we need more hard workers in our society. So, what do we have here? Phone call. To Harrison O'Donnell, huh? Yeah, O'Donnell speaking. Harrison, this is Juliet. Isn't this your office number? You're working on Sunday? Look, as much as I appreciate that I'm once again so important to you, I'm a bit in between things. Harrison, Nina is dead. Quit bullshitting me, not funny. Take a look at TNB if you don't believe me. She's been associated with the Bonton bombings. I can't believe it. Nina, you stupid piece of... Why in all hell? There's more. I spoke to her yesterday. She called me. I've never heard her so scared. Said she was being tracked by someone and needed to skip town. She just wanted to let me know that what was going on in case anything happened to her. Then she packed a few things and went on her way. She messaged me about someone tracking her as well. Thought it was this hacker who screwed with our page. What did she tell you? She suspected someone to be wiretapping her calls. She wasn't exactly willing to talk about it. I don't know for sure, but I think it could have been the police. Oh, this is fucking brilliant. How long they discovered the connection to us, huh? They might be listening to this very call as we fucking speak about Nina. Why would they? We didn't do anything, or did you? No, damn it. But it's been becoming blatantly obvious these gov assholes are trying to set us up. The bombs were exactly where we had our protest. Then those letters with the song Abe obsessed about. And now? You tell me you've been in contact with Nina just yesterday? Pretty much the proof they've been waiting for. We are cooked. Huh? You really believe the government has it in for us? I thought you and the gov were best friends forever now after reading your opinion pieces. For what reason would they be after us? Why now? What did we do? Speak up against it one too many times? The fuck do I know? We should seek help, just in case. Help? Who's gonna help us? Josef Langley might be worth a shot. Who? Cassandra's lawyer, don't you remember? A frickin' lawyer? What do you want him to do? Bust law enforcement? The government? He understands our situation. Abe also knew Joseph. I talked to him recently. But really, Jules? They make laws, they break laws. We'll need to speak in a language they'll understand, not in one they own. So I take it you've got a much better plan, huh? We need to get the people on our side, turn things around. Abraham knew that. Yeah, you're right. He did know that, so now you said miraculously achieving something that Thought spent 1.5 years attempting? This is not about Thought. This is me defending myself. Well then, what's your defense plan? There's this guy. A guy? Uh-huh. Goes by the name Initiate. Might actually be a girl, who cares? Look this hack on the Thought block. It was a very elaborate hack. Our site is super safe. I'm not an amateur. That guy, girl, whatever, is skilled. And Initiate mentioned having no sympathy for the gov. You're going to trust a random hacker who targeted Thought simply because he said he doesn't like the government? Why would you first threaten us and then work with us? Leave it to me, Jules. I'll persuade Initiate with ease. Imagine the possibilities for our own hacker. Okay, you know what? Have it your way. I'll have it mine. Arguing like the good old days. Is your Italia still you Jules care? Might be more secure in calling each other. Yeah, it is. Let's get it going. There goes my chilled Sunday morning. My mind is still spinning around what happened to poor Nina. Watch yourself, okay? What are you worried about me? Jules, I didn't know you still. No, bye, Harry. Apparently, she's also working on Sunday? Why is she working all day? She must be doing something else there as well. Saturday, Sunday, she sure works a lot, but then again, so do we. True. We're working each day here. I mean, he is a little bit worried, so I will just note that down as well. Seems to be a natural reaction. They must be setting us up too, because we didn't do anything for sure. I almost understand it. Almost. Abe also knew Joseph, and maybe we'll now open a file on Josef Langley, huh? They know each other? Very well, this could be a new lead. I will request to consider Josef Langley a target. Yet another person in our database, because we're so convinced we're doing the right thing, huh? We have clearance to proceed. We're going to need to know some basics on who Josef Langley is. Remember to check old sources. Other than that, focus on hints to Abraham Goldfels. He's the center, the crux of all of this. Yeah, but we also need to know what the others are planning, so... So first... No, Josef Langley. Go profile picture of yours. Notable alumni. Harriet Langley here as well, huh? Graduation from Sega in 1992. Self-employed lawyer. Now we can add that old picture to the database. But we're gonna use the more recent one. Well, it was some time ago, wasn't it? Yeah. You just gotta push on after Nina Matunova fuck up. So... The offices of Josef Langley. Profile. Meet Mr. Josef Langley, your reliable partner in law. Portrait. Josef Langley studied criminal law at Stellian University in Bonn. Instantly after his graduation, Josef Langley partnered with Catherine Delacroix, a fellow student who is now officiating as Secretary of Security in the government, to found a criminal law office of their own, Delacroix and Langley Legal. Uh-huh. Wow, I didn't know she had a law career going before she actively joined politics. Mr. Langley definitely has been around. When Mrs. Delacroix... So far, so good on Mr. Langley's background. Excluding the connection to Delacroix, everything seems unsurprising. We need to know right now are his connection to Abraham Goldfels and possibly the other members of Thought. When Mrs. Delacroix realized her ambition for politics in 1997, she and Mr. Langley decided to part ways. Josef Langley kept his office, which was named to Law Offices of Josef Langley. Since then, Josef Langley has taken the side of defense in the courtroom innumerable times. His record includes everyday cases as well as high-profile media-fueled trials. Curriculum vitae, employment position, Law Offices of Josef Langley, self-employed, Delacroix and Langley legal partners. Year abroad in Argentina, military service in the Army of the Nation in 1983. Okay, so he spent a year abroad in Argentina. And he was part of the military. I don't know that means that he has any combat experience. Nobody could check. A bachelor's in criminal law and then the master's. Expertise. Expertise. We have expertise you can rely on. Areas of engagement. Josef Langley knows how to handle cases of various complexity. In his many years as a justice advocate, he has gained valuable skills in the widespread area of the law. He engages in cases of the following areas: assault, violent crimes, domestic violence, drug possession, gun possession, driving under influence, corruption, contract violations, forgery and fraud, identity theft, copyright infringements, parole and probation violations. Significant cases. Josef Langley's track record include the lion's share scandal, which received nationwide media coverage in 2010. In that case, he defended construction entrepreneur Elwood Hendricks, who had taken on a government contract for highway construction. When it became apparent his road payment was of inferior quality than paid for, Hendricks' firm became subject to corruption investigations. Josef Langley took on the defense for Hendricks, during which he was able to convincingly argue that Hendricks had actually acted on behalf of Secretary of Transportation Greenway, who had taken the largest part of money to put aside in a fraudulent process. The case ended with a minor sentence for Hendricks, whereas Greenway had to step down and was sentenced to imprisonment. Okay. Good past. Yeah, I remember perfectly well. No way anybody missed the case at that time. That was either courageous or dumb. Seemingly it turned out to be the former for some time. Now it might be the latter. Just because he's now an enemy of the government? Possibly? So, I face criminal charges. So this is the number. The work phone. I face a criminal charge. Don't hesitate to contact us. Never bet or rely on your luck when it comes to criminal charges. Bet on us. If you require assistance, consultation, or simply have a question, don't hesitate a second to call. If you have charges, send an email to joseflangley@joseflangley.tna. And address of the offices. Please contact us in advance to schedule an appointment. Thank you. Do you have anything else in here? So we could check on the old stuff here. Taking a mether in. What new information do we have here? There's an important meeting on Thursday. Question is, who did he meet with? Helping hand, so... Unknown person to Josef Langley. Helping hand. Hello Joseph, I assume you know who I am. It had come to my attention that one of your clients, a certain Cassandra Watergate, is currently held in investigative custody. As far as I'm informed, the both of you have some kind of liaison. While it is not of my concern, it is heartbreaking to know lovers are apart from each other. I'm in position to change it. If you deliver incriminating material for a person named Abraham Goldfels, a member of the activist group Thought, of whom I know you have been in contact with. Let me know. If you're willing to assist me in this, I will see to Cassandra's receiving helping hand as well. A friend. Uh-huh. Are you kidding me? Is this our hacker friend again? Now we gotta see what's going on there. So, join forces, wise ass. Hey, wise ass. I know for a fact that you were messing around with Nina's PC yesterday. I have no idea who you are and why you suspect us of being involved in the bombings. Were these usual circumstances, I wouldn't care less about a weirdo like you. What I do care about, you know, is that Nina is dead now. Dead, you get it? Ass and fucking killed. Killed by law enforcement. Soon enough, you'll have some serious explaining to do, and it won't be me if you get what I mean. Lucky you, I'm not riding to continue this ridiculous battle or whatever this is. Now, we've all made ourselves comfortable in this same sinking ship. I want to suggest something better. Better in battling each other. You claim to be righteous? Then be righteous. Become a member of Thought. You say that you're not on the government's side, so why not be on ours? Initiate is very interesting. Thought Mr. O'Donnell left Thought. Now he's actively recruiting for the group? Makes the exit seem unlikely? Nah, they are reactivating the group. That's what they are doing. Chat. Julie Carrington. Hello, am I talking to Josef Langley? Hello, yeah. Yes, you are. And who would you be? I'm Juliet, Cassandra's friend. We spoke a couple of days ago. Oh, yes, of course. Hey, Juliet, how can I help you? Honestly, I don't know where to start. By the way, I heard from Cassandra. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you yet. Really? That's good. Where is she? It's not so good. She got arrested. What? Why? I was informed Cassandra's been taken into custody. Apparently they have new evidence regarding the attack on that officer. She tried to call me immediately, but they claimed she didn't want to talk to me. That's their official statement. Where did they suddenly dig up new evidence from? I have no idea, but I have just hit it with their shenanigans. It's just so annoying that I cannot talk to her. I've been trying every person I know how to get in contact with her. Joseph, this aligns perfectly with another incident. You probably read the TND today? You mean about the Boston bombing perpetrator? Yes, the woman that died, Nina. She was a friend and also a member of our group Thought. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. It's okay. You couldn't have possibly known. You're right, this is very troubling. Come to think of it, Abraham asked me for a favor for someone called Nina once, quite some time ago. I hope it wasn't this Nina. Might as well be. I doubt Abe knew many other people named Nina. What's the favor about? Oh, it was just a small thing, nothing of importance. So they seem to be actual friends then. Just spoke to her as another member of our group. We agree the police might be investigating us next. They might be onto everyone in Thought now. They might lock us up straight away. I mean, can they do that? Well, even with the safety bill in place, we still need solid indication you're at all involved in the actual bombings. Although honestly, I'm not sure what constitutes a solid indication these days. Is there anything you can do? That you can do, maybe? Juliet, I appreciate that you have come to me. It really is worrying, and I would take this on immediately were it not for Cassie. I've made a mistake to set false priorities once. I owe Cassandra to get her out of this first. Joseph! Nina is dead, she got shot, there's no telling if we are next. Oh well. I need time to read into more specialized codes of law again, write some emails, see if there's legal limbo or basically anything I can do for Cassandra. Maybe I'll come across something that might help you as well. After all, these cases seem to be connected. That's all I can hope. I hope you understand. I do, it's kind of a relief, thank you. I wish I could do more, I will let you know. Okay, bye. Goodbye, Juliet. So, primarily concerned about her getting her out right now. Understandable so, they are lovers. If I'd be in that situation, I would be trying to get my girlfriend off there too. Yep. Asked for a favor, possibly. A favor from Miss Martinova? This could be important. Follow this lead. Yep. I know that this is important. Urgent request. Lavan, please excuse me mailing you on Sunday, but I have an urgent matter at hand. I'm driving to the office now and I need to use my private notebook. Can you please unlock the ID, PC, MAC address for our local network and server for me? Thank you. And have a nice Sunday. Joseph. Oh, there was one thing I need to mention. The engineer warned me that apparently there was a glitch that caused the device we were monitoring to malfunction at times. You needn't worry though, the issues have now been fixed. Have they? Joseph, it's done. Don't work too much, Laverne. Troubling. Very troubling. I'm sorry for what happened. But answer me this one. How can I not thought when I'm already part of it? Send me an answer. Time is for TNA Rap Warrior. Initiate. Huh? We're gonna go back here. Already part of Thought. He is a member already? Why didn't you find any hints at his history of Thought then? Because they're a person who knows. A dog. It's not the dog we are looking for. Jesus! Start taking things seriously, will you? Nah, that is our suspect. Just entertaining the masses. All of these informations are wrong. And so it begins. If Webwire hereby declares a data wars on all of you. Data wars? What's data wars? Tell about what's right or wrong about me in here, and thou shalt be rewarded. It's a trap! Go into your listen, everyone. Initially made a little game for you. I call it Horns vs. Horns. It will be available for everyone to play soonish. Those of you who want to play it right now, drop me a line. I'll get you invited to the beta test. So freaking close, then play again and again. This sucks. I lose at this every single time. Oh, you're not entertained. You're cheating. No way, Jose. My game's entirely fair. If you need to learn to play as much as you need to improve your orthography. Open letters to Victor Rosen. Dear Victor, you are my idol. I really admire you and your style. You've got an awesome tech company you call your own and wear shiny snake leather boots that you have probably been assembled by children in Ustavakia. So many hipsters look up to you wanting to be just a little bit more like you. There's not much more a man could want in life. Something's bothering me though. As the brightest star of the tech world, you've got to improve your security. Look. If I used to log in like VR Rosen, it passes da 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 da. It wouldn't be a big deal, no one would give a damn, but for a luminous figure like yourself? Just imagine what would happen when somebody who's nothing as benevolent as myself would find out and post them openly. Say, on timelines or in any other social media platform. Embarrassing, wouldn't it be? All I demand now in return is to have a chat with you personally. There's something that has been bothering me for quite some time now. Even though I got a glimpse of the rose ivory tower already. You were never available, so let's give that another try. I use a chat tool called Silent Scream. I've written it myself, which will connect to any other chat tool. So whatever you like, my nick is for Silent Scream is Root. Silent Scream Root. And that's gonna be dangerous to use most likely. Of course he would have gone there. Everyone I know who's remotely to tech programming wants to work there. Which is quite mind-boggling to me. They actually hire a lot of interns. Only a few ever people get permanent contracts. Not even permanent contracts? Seriously? Lol, I can imagine Rosen kicking butts with his leather boots right now. What the fuck, that's for real? For real, ask myself. Tried the password, didn't work. Fake? He probably changed it ASAP. He's never gonna do a chat with you? No, no chat, no message, no nothing. Bummer. Thought so highly of him. Let's see. Anything here? On the website still? It said that there's new information. Don't seem to find anything though. Yeah, all of security flaws on timeline. That is true though. Okay, let's see. Dear Mr. Young, I would like to thank you on our meeting here. I'd like to thank you for the business meeting. It was great to finally meet you in person. The case truly deserves a dedicated and equally experienced lawyer. After some carefully conducted consideration, it is with utmost regret that I have to inform you I do not have the capacities required for a case of this complexity at this time. It would not be desirable to go into this case half-heartedly. I'm sure you will understand my decision. Again, thank you for your trust and effort put in your proposal. My hope is to be able to work with you on a future case when circumstances have changed. Until then, I wish you all the best with your case. Sincerely, Josef Langley. Bank account. First bank of the nation, so we know now the bank account of Mr. Langley. Whoop. Dear Mr. Langley, once again I want to thank you for having been available for meetings so spontaneously last Thursday evening. Although I do not wish to rush you, you will understand that in a case like ours, time is of essence. Therefore I wanted to ask whether or not you have already come to a decision. Best regard, Young Dong-Hu, CO 2 Cent Group. Feedback on your request. Callan Malinov, advised by Malinov DNA. Hey Joseph, I've gone through your books for the 3rd time this morning as you requested, and sadly I can only confirm what I told you earlier. You may notice right now, because it's a slow decline, you're on your way to hit rock bottom some black day in the future, if this business trend continues. Excuse me for sounding like a broken record, but these are the major issues I see. Apart from the numbers of your clients stopping salary, your expenses since the end of 2016, especially your credit card of yours, went up by a whopping 218%. Any idea what the reason for that might be? Then there's this recurring donation that's been going on for some time. I can respect you want to help out a friend or something, but you have to stop at some point, seriously. If all of those expenses are a must, well, I would definitely agree with laying off Mrs. Winters, as you mentioned, due to the fact that your clients are dropping anyway, or have a dedicated secretary on for any longer than needed. Or get her to work part-time, or find someone who will work part-time or follow hourly late. Ideally. Mrs. Winters is an employee. Ugly, but not of our concern. Yeah, not really. But the information for the friend would be interesting, but you can't mark them. So, K. Sanders, DC Button TNA. Dear Mr. Langley, regarding your request to release your client Cassandra Watergate from investigative custody, we unfortunately have to inform you the request has been denied. Though it is true, Ms. Watergate is undoubtedly not directly involved in the incidents known as the bombings, we have multiple indications connecting Mrs. Watergate to a group known as Thought, which in turn is associated with the allegedly perpetrator of said bombings. Investigations have also brought up new evidence in the earlier case of injury of a police officer, which amends reopening of said criminal case. Sincerely, K. Sanders, Secretary to Commit Magistrate Doyle, Bonton District Court. It says the office private. Oh. They are friends. Abraham Goldfels. A dear friend in dubio, if I may ask you by that address you that name once more. God, what was the actual legal term again? The Latin one, in dubio pro. Like obviously in doubt for the for the persecuted. Ah, now we are friends. Maybe this friendship is worth investigating further then. Hope this mail finds you in good health. First of all, I would like to apologize for not having been able to write you as often as I should have. Hope you don't think I avoid writing due to asking you about ongoing financial support for Nina. It wasn't that. It should have been asked in the first place. Yet here I am asking again. There is a young woman, her name is Cassandra, who is a member of my debate club. She has undeservedly stumbled into trouble very recently and requires nothing but the best defense attorney. Of course, you immediately sprung to my mind after a wonderful job you did as a counsel in my case. Without a doubt, you must have heard about the riots at Freedom Plaza 2 days ago, probably also about the injured police officer. I will not beat around the bush. Cassandra is the prime suspect for said injury, so taking on this case might bring some PR headwind with it. She claims not to have done the deed, but I'm willing to believe her. Should you be willing to take on her legal defense, I would be more than grateful. I will cover any costs in full, whatever you might need. Let me know your thoughts. So he was asked by Abe. And so the circle is complete. And he was financially supporting Nina Matanova. Might have supported Bonton bombing's perpetrator? We have to investigate this further. Look for hints if there is really an ongoing financial support. And he defended. So this is why they knew each other. Abraham Goldfels was his client. Which raises the question, what was this case about? This certified that Josef Langley is an active supporter of the Children of Parches Foundation, a charitable association dedicated to the purpose of financially and materially aiding children in the war-torn country of Parches. This certificate is issued to Mr. Josef Langley, outstanding ongoing financial support of our actions over the years. We wish to express our gratitude and appreciation to him. Signed by Bruno Watergate, the founder. So he's emotionally invested in it. I've been skeptical of this foundation, but they've been officially approved as a beneficial operation. I guess it's a good cause after all. Oh? Dad says that he's married. Ah, they're with Abraham Goldfels. They are both fishermen. Okay, we can't update his profile picture. Dancing in the rain. The question is whether they are still married. But that's 1993. That is old. History cleared by user. Ah, damn. Nothing in trash. Do we find anything more here, huh? Doesn't seem like it. First, what do we have here? The internal case file. Government versus Abraham Goldfels. The internal case file. The government versus Abraham Goldfels. Case file ID. Date filed 6 April 2015. Goldfels Abraham. Defended by Langley Joseph. Government of the Nation. And Warwick Jeffrey. District Attorney. One District Court. The defendant is accused of breaching the terms of an employee contract with the plaintiff the defendant had entered on March 2015. Or breach of a working So he was sued over the breach of a working contract, okay. Very interesting. Abraham Goldfels worked for the government? Are you positive? It's a true surprise to me. I've heard his name here. Never. I've never heard his name here. Never. Someone must know him if that is true. Why was he sued over breach of contract? Plaintiff claim was granted. Though a medical condition of the defendant could be proven by his physician, Dr. Dan Alliance, the court could see no justifiable for the defendant's absence from work, since the defendant appears to be in healthy condition at the time of the verdict. The court was able to recognize a breach of the terms of the employment contract, causing substantial losses for the plaintiff by the defendant. The defendant sentenced to compensate the plaintiff by paying a compensation equal to his previous salary during a 6 months time span. Additionally, the defendant must reimburse any salary he might have received during his absence. What fucking government contract is that? Oh yeah, you're sick. So yeah, pay back the money you earned during your sick leave. Okay, that is okay. But then also pay for other stuff. No, this case is considered highly classified. No media or public is permitted in court. No media coverage is permitted, neither prior nor post-trial. Medical condition, Seems to explain a lot. He felt too sick for work, tried to get out, and was charged for it instead and found guilty. Considering the facts, the bombings are starting to look like a weird kind of vendetta to me. High time we find Abraham Goldfels. Let's see. Yeah. God, we've got a lot of leads now. The game really expects us to know what we're doing. So let's see. Date of birth. That is interesting. But that would make him 64 years old. That's quite old then. Portobello Road in Farview. Abraham's address. Well done. I'll request a team for investigation immediately. Some of my adoptees around. Continue work. I will notify you when the team is reported back to me. Patient has reported increasingly nagging pain in the epigastric region he experienced for several months, especially during nights, combined with a feeling he described as similar to nausea. Patients also reported decreased appetite resulting in a loss of weight over the recent months. Patient was visited due to a referral to the GP to exclude carcinomas. Oh. Sonographic localization of the upper abdomen undertaken shows a dilatation of the bile duct in the head of the pancreas. CT undertaken to clarify infestation of lymph nodes surrounding distant organs. Shows an infestation of paraortic lymph nodes. No pathological findings on other organs. Blood samples taken to check for tumor markers. Awaiting lab report. The lab report shows tumor markers. Ooh. He's got cancer. A carcinoma tumor of the size of approximately 2.8 centimeters have been found in the head of the pancreas. Subaortic lymph node metastases have been detected. Distant metastases on surrounding organs could not be diagnosed. That is the day Walter White broke bad. Now, I mean, now I see the similarity, you know. Unfortunately, the tumor surpassed the state of being operable due to a metastasis found on paraortic lymph nodes. The patient has been informed about the circumstances as well as the fact that the average life expectancy is 6 to 12 months at the state of the cancer, though outliers with years to live exist, which he seems to receive composedly. Administering a palliative chemical treatment to improve his symptoms has been strongly suggested, but has been refused by the patient. 2015. Suffering from inoperable cancer. Oh, cancer? And yeah, suffering inoperable terminal cancer and average life expectancy, so he might be dead already. That is so harsh, but it doesn't mean that this man has nothing to lose. Is he still alive? Is he actually still alive? Give me a second here. I'm sorry, examination results. Employer just rated you, I'm sorry. April 15th. So yesterday. Is this message actually by Goldfels? I question everything now. Let's see. Helping hand. To unknown person. I've not been in helping hand. I've not been in contact with Abraham Goldfels for a long time. I cannot meet your demands. I'll deliver additional information on members of the activist group Thought. Only if you mind our agreement, Cassandra Watergate must be set free. Tomorrow, not a day later. Okay. Huh? I didn't expect him to give in so easily. Let's wait and see what it goes next time he talks to members of Thought. An unexpected proposal. Published in January 30th by Goldfels. My thoughts have been interrupted by a work proposal I consider intriguing, yet also disturbing. Dear reader, yesterday a most uncomfortable inquiry reached me. Out of all the possibilities the universe has to offer, this is the one I would have expected last. The government has requested me to work for them. The government! The very same government bringing forth the dangerous safety bill, allowing to prosecute on suggestive evidence alone. I do not understand the nature of this call. They did the research as they were completely aware of my views and all of my works at Stelligan. Why would they specifically call me? This got me puzzled to the utmost, and I cannot seem to work out what they would need me for. All I have been told is that my work would lead on a large-scale, groundbreaking project, buzzword bereft of meaning. Naturally, I would not elaborate on any questions. Naturally, I refused the contract. Interesting. I have no doubts they will call. Again, yours sincerely, A. Goldfels. So he was offered a job in 13. Goldfels refused at first and took the contract after all, only to then breach it? Odd. I guess this is about our very own project then, huh? Hey Goldfels, you can't be serious. I would not want to see you work for the government. Abe, don't do that. Nothing good has ever come of anything they've done. You do that and I'm out, your most loyal reader. Out, just like that, seriously. My friend, I have no intention to work for the government, yet I wonder what might be the root of all of this. Whether there's something nefarious they have in store and whether whatever is might be turned into something good given the right treatment. We'll see. At this point you are not yet diagnosed with cancer. But I'm gonna take a break here and I see you in the next video where we investigate this a little bit more. See you there.